Hello friends, welcome back to Saujany's English class, and in today's class we are going to learn about adjective clause. A dependent clause is a part of a sentence that lacks in complete sense. We all know that, I think. Dependent, it itself is self-revealing word which depends on something else to complete its meaning. Okay? And there are three types of dependent clauses in English. They are noun clause, adjective clause and adverb clause. And I talked about noun clause and adverb clause in my previous videos. You can go through them as well. And in today's class, I'm going to talk about adjective clause. Adjective clause is a dependent clause that describes a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. Okay, by definition, it is the meaning of adjective clause. The features of an adjective clause are: it functions as an adjective. What is the function of an adjective? It describes a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. Exactly like adjective, even adjective clause describes either a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. It has a subject and a verb. Okay, like any other dependent clause, it has a subject and it has a verb as well. It answers three questions. They are which one, what kind, and how many. Which one, what kind, and how many. These are the questions answered by an adjective clause in a sentence. It is also called as a relative clause as it starts with either a relative pronoun or a relative adverb. You are familiar with these words, right? Relative pronouns, they are 5 in number. They are who, whom, whose, which, and that. Among these 5, who, whom, and whose are personal relative pronouns. Which and that are used for things. Relative adverbs, 3 relative adverbs. They are when, where, and why. Okay. So an adjective clause is also called as a relative clause as it starts with either a relative pronoun or with a relative adverb. And its structure: relative adverb or relative pronoun plus subject plus verb. Look at the example. That Rita takes. That is a relative pronoun. Rita is subject and takes is verb. Or it has another structure as well, like relative adverb or relative pronoun itself as the subject plus verb. For example, who helped me with. Here, who is a relative pronoun, helped is verb, okay, followed by other parts of a sentence. Features of an adjective clause are: an adjective clause is a sentence fragment. You know what is a fragment? A small part, a piece. Okay, so an adjective clause is a sentence fragment. As I have already told you, it is one of the dependent clauses in English. So dependent clauses are fragments only. Okay, they are not complete sentences. It is not complete in its sense. It needs an independent clause to complete its meaning, like any other dependent clause, like a noun clause or like an adverbial clause. Example: the dance class that Rita takes is of Western. Here, that Rita takes is our adjective clause and it is incomplete in its meaning if you see. If you simply say that Rita takes, people are going to ask you, what? Rita takes what? So it depends on the independent clause. What is an independent clause? The dance class is of Western. That is the independent clause. And now here, adjective clause is describing which dance class. The dance class that Rita takes is of Western. And Miss Sally, who helped me with my English, is my favorite. Who helped me with my English? That is our adjective clause over here. So here independent clause is Miss Sally is my favorite. Now our adjective clause who helped me with my English is describing or modifying Miss Sally. Okay, who is Miss Sally? Who helped me with my English. Types of adjective clause. There are two types of adjective clause based on its nature. They are essential and non-essential. Essential, required, non-essential, which is not required so. An essential adjective clause is one which provides information to identify the noun or pronoun used in the sentence. And example to this is broccoli that is used in this dish is not fresh. That is used in this dish. That is our adjective clause. It is describing broccoli. Broccoli not in general, but that is used in this particular dish is not fresh. So it is an essential clause. It is giving required information about the noun broccoli over here. And non-essential adjective clause is one which provides additional information about a noun or pronoun. We may not need this additional information. Even without this additional information also, sentence makes sense. For example, broccoli, which many people hate, is very healthy. If you see, our adjective clause is which many people hate. Our independent clause here is broccoli is very healthy. So this itself makes sense. Broccoli is very healthy. Itself makes sense. Which many people hate is the additional information provided over here. So this is a non-essential adjective clause. You can even remove it. It doesn't alter anything in the sentence. If you observe these two examples, essential clause, broccoli that is used in this dish, not broccoli in general. But here, broccoli in general, in this second example, broccoli is very healthy in general. So those are essential and non-essential types of adjective clause. Now, how to punctuate an adjective clause? Are there any rules? Yes, there are. If it is an essential adjective clause, don't separate it from the main clause with commas. For example, the sequin party gown that my sister is wearing is my favorite. Here, that my sister is wearing is an essential adjective clause because it is describing this party gown. What is its speciality? The sequin party gown is my favorite. If you say this, people will ask you which one. So, which one is answered by this adjective clause? That my sister is wearing. So, in that sense, it becomes an essential adjective clause. The way to punctuate it is, we are not supposed to separate this adjective clause with commas because it is an essential adjective clause. If it is a non-essential adjective clause, we should separate it from the main clause with a pair of commas. For example, the sequin party gown, which many girls prefer to wear, is my favorite. The sequin party gown here implies to a general sequin party gown, not in particular, which many girls prefer to wear. So this adjective clause generalizes this particular independent clause. In that way, it becomes a non-essential adjective clause. So it should be separated with a pair of commas. That is how you punctuate an adjective clause. If it is an essential adjective clause, no commas. If it is a non-essential one, we should use a pair of commas to separate the adjective clause. Time for a quiz. Identify the adjective clause by its type and punctuate it accordingly. The pizza that is on the table is mine. Studious boys who focus on studies will get good grades. Those whose names are on the board will go to the field trip. The book that I read has a good message. The man whose car was for sale turned out to be my uncle. So these 5 sentences, you are supposed to identify the adjective clause used in these sentences by its type and punctuate it accordingly. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. Meet you soon with another interesting video. Bye-bye.